Hi, guys. How are you? It is Dr. Pam. And I thought I would take some time to make a quick video on those of you that are struggling for the test with the questions that have numbers. Oh my gosh, Dr. Pam, there are numbers. I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's very, very simple. I hope you can see my screen. So the question I'm sharing is, by the way, this is Brainscape app where Dr. Pam and her staff have written all of these questions. We're the mental health experts, and these are field tested by our previous our previous clients that have taken the test. We pilot the questions before we share them with you. It's based on really getting feedback from test takers. And remind you also that I'm a college professor, and we're always researching to make sure we have the best and the newest information that you might see on the test. We'll tell you all day, every day. We're not trying to teach you everything, and we're not going to teach you the simple questions. We're going to teach you realistic questions that you need to pass this test the first time, whether it's the NCE, the CPCE, any of the social work exams, the LMFT. These are some basic questions that you might see. So this question says, a physics test has a mean of 60 and a standard deviation of 10. The standard error of measurement is 3. If a student scores 70, what is the range of scores that would be expected on a retest about 2/3 of the time? Okay, stop having a full blown panic attack because I know you saw numbers and you're like having some flashbacks of when you were an undergrad and grad where you were begging your professor to do anything. I mean, anything to just give you a C. Okay, so it's not your fault. Our social science people, we don't think in the black and white. We think in the gray. So teaching you to think black and white is, again, like everything else, we're going to teach you that. The same way when you were in third grade, you learned 3 times 3, you memorized it. Remember, when we tutor you for other information, other courses, we say don't memorize. You have to learn. Math is math is math. Math is math is math. 3 times 3 will be 9, no matter what happens. I promise you, before you were born and after you die, 3 times 3 will still equal 9. The bell curve will never change, the 68, 95, and 99. And you just heard me bell curve and you freaked out. Oh my God, Dr. Pep, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, so a couple of things. I'm going to try to share my screen with you. Not so great about this on TikTok, I think, but we will see. So, what we know, we're always going to make sure that we understand it's a reading test. Did I mention that? It's a reading test. We're just giving you everything you need to know in the question. Don't think, don't add things that are not there. It's just factual. So I also know they're asking me for the SIM, the standard error measurement. What that lets me know is that with a student, a single student, that I know if they're asking for the SIM, it's that student's score. The standard deviation is how far that person or the group, the group of people score from average. But in SEM, what matters is where is the student's score compared to other people's. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to try to stop sharing and open a whiteboard here. Okay, I'm going to share a different screen. If you ever spend time with me, you know that I have 4 screens and I look like I'm lost. And you're right, many times I am, not going to pretend. Okay, so you should see my screen with my 68, 95, 99. I'm going to post that. Okay, I'll go back and watch this video, but I really hope that's what you're seeing. Okay, so then what I know is this is a standard bell curve. What that means is in any group of people, in any situation, the majority of us are just regular. Sorry, I know you were special. You thought you were special. Your mother told you were so great. You're just average. Sorry. So what I know is on my bell curve, if I'm looking, the bell curve, it says 68, 95, 99. Standard IQ on the WAIS, WAIS, the WISC, the WISC, remember the AIS is for adults 16 and over, and the WISC is for kids 16 and younger. I know that normal IQ is 100. So that means just the standard deviation sign. When the mean, median, and mode are all in the exact middle, the standard deviation is going to be 100. I know that if I go that, again, factual information, that the IQ has a standard deviation of 15. That means if I go down one standard deviation, or up one standard deviation, because I know the facts of math, so between 100 is the middle. If I go down, that's going to be 100 minus 15, which is 85. If I go up one, that's 100 plus 15. Dr. Pam, where'd you get those numbers? It's just the fact of knowing IQ. Okay, those are just facts. If I go down 2 standard deviations, that means I'm going to take that 15 and double it. So I'd go down between 100 and I would subtract 30 because it's 2 deviations away from the mean. Or I would add 30, which is again 2 standard deviations above the mean. If this question is freaking you out, just stop it and please watch it 17 times and watch tons of our videos. Subscribe to our channel. We definitely teach it in a longer version. I'm going to go back to the question to see how we figure out what the question is asking me. Did I mention it's a reading test? So what I gave you was a SEM, I gave you the standard deviation, which was the standard deviation for people, the group of people. But in this particular question, I am trying to find the standard error measurement, the error that this one person made. So what I know based on the question is the student scored a 70. So in the middle where the mean, median, mode come together, that's a 70. Get a thinner pen there. So this is a 70. I just know that because the question just told me that the student's score is 70. Just facts. Now, I do know that it has a standard error measurement of 3. So that means if I go down 1, I subtract 3. So 70 minus 3, right, would be 67. And if I go up 1 deviation, it would be 70 plus 3. It would be 73. But Dr. Pam, there are all these other things in the test question. What do I do with them? Oh my gosh, I can feel your panic through my video. So when it has a mean score of 60 and a standard deviation of 10, I only care about that if I'm doing the standard deviation for the group. Okay, if it's not for the group, I don't care. I only care about one person. And of course, then if it asks me in the question, it says 2/3 of the time. If we go back and we look at this equation, what we know is it's divided into 3s. So if you divide, remember when I was a kid, my dad gave us $1 to put in church, and there were 3 of us. We would divide it by 33 cents each, something like that. So 2/3 is the pink. That's the majority of the population. That's where most people are going to be. They're going to be in the pink. So what I know is if I add and subtract the number they gave me at 2/3 or 68% of the time, then I'm definitely going to add and subtract the number they gave me, which is 3. So my correct answer, of course, I'm going to go back to my other screen. So back to my other screen again, which are the brain escape questions, the NCE version. This is also a CPCE test. And guys, I promise you, the LCSW and the LM will be released in the next 2 weeks. I'm finishing those up, but I'm almost there. So back to this particular question, the physics test has a mean score of 60 and a standard deviation of 10. In this particular question, I don't need that information. It only asks me about the SIM, the standard error measurement for that one person. So in the middle is that 1% score. And then what I'm going to do is says 2/3 of the time. Remember, that's the pink, the majority of where people are. I'm going to add and subtract the number they gave me. If it said the 95th percentile, I would double the 3. And God forbid it said the 99th, I would triple it. I hope you really understood this video. If not, subscribe to our free YouTube channel. Get in a couple of sessions with us. Pass this test once more, one test once more, or just pass it on the first time. Happy holidays, guys. Dr. Pam.